Kaylee, if you don't know. This is Books and Brews. The brews part I have been slacking on. That's why I have coffee today, for which I have made pumpkin spice syrup from scratch because Martha Stewart. I'll put the recipe for it in the description box because it's delicious and I love it and I put it in everything. So I'm here to talk about a book, this book specifically. So let's talk about it, shall we? This is called The Lesser Bohemians by Eimear McBride, and it came out in September of last year. I put off reviewing this book for a few reasons, the first of which was just because I didn't make any videos over the summer. Nuance. And the second and third reasons being intimidation and just general hesitation. If I were to tell you that the baseline plot for this book is a typical romantic trope, it would be a devastating inaccuracy. If I were to tell you that the book is confusing and hard to follow, it would be doing it a disservice. Both of these points are very popular complaints that I have found on the interwebs, and both complaints are missing the mark by a lot, and I'll tell you why. But first I will say that yes, plot is young girl meets older man, embarks on love affair with lots of emotional baggage, but the plot is not the point. The story is the point. In particular, McBride's writing is the point. It is the story. You get any more vague, can you, Kaylee? Probably, but still have to do with that. For those of you who have read either one of Eimear McBride's novels, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't, I'll try my best to explain. McBride writes in a stream of consciousness style, which means that she doesn't have the narrator explain events to you. You are the narrator. And in this case, the narrator is an 18-year-old girl named Eileen who moves to London to go to drama school. Then she meets a man twice her age, they engage in a passionate love affair. That's the plot, but again, not the point. There is no polished storytelling here, nor is there prose that's transcribed from stream of thought to standard dialogue. If you think about your stream of consciousness, it's rarely incomplete sentences, if ever. For those of you who have seen True Blood, I remember the first season when Sookie's listening to other people in the diner and they're having full out mental conversations with themselves, like full sentences, punctuation, pause for effect, everything. And I thought, people don't think like that. They don't, when I'm thinking about something, I'm thinking in flashes or shadows of emotions or ideas. Also, it's rarely interrupted by visual and or auditory stimuli. Our stream of consciousness is more like random words or reactions or emotions that don't have words. This could be as simple as something like sitting, or something completely unrelated and like a fleeting moment, or something as complex like hesitation. Jeanette Winterson, who is an author you may or may not have heard of, did a review of this book for the New York Times, and she described our stream of consciousness really well. She described it as, quote, disjointed, elliptical, a jotting pad, end quote. And that is how McBride writes, because it's exactly the point. It's also exactly why there's a question mark after a book review. That wasn't an accident. Because as I finished writing my ideas for this video, I was realizing I'm not really reviewing the book, I'm more so just reviewing her writing style. In this book, for instance, it takes you on a deeper level with the protagonist, whose name is Eileen again, I don't know if I mentioned that. You are Eileen in this story, and I remember reading this and feeling rage when she was angry, and I was breathless when she was. It was like the nervous pathways in my brain were synced to hers. I was her. I was engaged in this emotional train wreck. But the writing itself has such a rhythm and a cadence to it. If you're still sitting there like, yes, but what is the book about though? I think it's probably best if I don't say anything more than I already have. If you want an immersive and transformative reading experience, pick up this book. Also, it has realistic and really fantastic sex scenes, but not all of them are desirable. No, some of them are But this book is lyrical and poetic and just really beautiful. It's not subtle, it doesn't spoon feed you, it's brilliant. If you've read this book, let me know how you feel. And I'm sorry that I was a little vague in this review, but I think that it's for the best. And if intrigue alone gets you to pick up this book, I'm okay with it. Have a good day, I'll see you on Thursday.